Right now at 6, a WPBF 25 News investigation on a bomb threat that shut down the West Palm Beach Police Department, which did not come from an outside criminal source. Instead, that call was made by a man inside a locked mental health unit. The caller in custody under Florida's Baker Act for psychotic behavior the day before that call. Tonight, we know that even after a psychologist concluded the man was legally insane at the time he made the call, prosecutors are still pursuing a felony case against him. Good evening and thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Todd McDermott.
And I'm Felicia Rodriguez. That man and his attorney are now preparing for trial. Investigative reporter Terry Parker joining us now with body camera video from police and why this case is fueling a growing legal and mental health debate. Terry?
That 911 call triggered a major police response and cost time and resources. But the person making the call was already inside a psychiatric facility, involuntarily committed. Now his attorney says this case is not about public safety. He says the case is about criminalizing a mental health crisis.
West Palm Beach Police, 911. Where's the location of your emergency?
There's a bomb in your parking lot.
A chilling threat last year shut down the West Palm Beach Police Department for hours, closed downtown roads, and triggered an emergency response. Police quickly tracing the 911 call. The location, a surprise. It came from inside the locked mental health unit at JFK Hospital. The caller was Luke Cahill, a patient who had been Baker Acted the day before for hallucinations and psychotic behavior.
I'm just wondering, where am I going?
What do you mean?
Where am I going from here?
Officers placed Cahill in handcuffs and walked him out of the very unit where doctors had involuntarily committed him for psychiatric treatment. He was taken to jail and charged with making a bomb threat, a felony. 13 months later, he is still facing that charge, and his attorney is outraged.
He was clearly insane at the time of the offense, and still he's being prosecuted.
Attorney John Cleary says he urged the Palm Beach County State Attorney's Office to drop the case.
And at that point, I asked for the state to exercise their discretion based on the fact that he was in the facility and he was already Baker Acted, and they did not.
Cleary hired a psychologist to review Cahill's medical records and interviewed hospital staff. Her report documents that the day before the threat, a doctor described Cahill as manic, psychotic, and meeting criteria for involuntary placement. The day of the call, records say he remained very delusional and psychotic, and a psychiatrist ordered emergency medication injections. Cleary says Cahill does not remember making that call.
His expert came back and said that he was absolutely insane at the time of the offense, which I thought would end this, but apparently the state did not.
Bomb threats are serious felonies. They trigger evacuations, drain police resources, and put officers on high alert. Cleary doesn't dispute a crime was committed, but says prosecuting him for it is a waste of time and taxpayer money.
Essentially, in criminal law, there's no ability to prosecute people who are insane at the time of the offense or insane. We have a process called not guilty by reason of insanity.
Cleary also argues this case reflects a larger problem, how the criminal justice system handles severe mental illness. He points to the psychologist's written conclusion. It is my opinion Mr. Cahill meets the criteria for insanity as set forth in the Florida statutes. Cleary says prosecuting someone doctors deem legally insane sends the wrong message.
This is the problem that I have with our current state attorney's office. They are, quote unquote, not comfortable making any sort of accommodations to mental illness. In this case, is a stark example of that.
So Cleary tells me that the state has not yet hired its own expert to determine Cahill's mental state. I asked the state attorney's office why they were still pursuing this case, and a spokesman declined to comment.
All right, Terry, a lot of layers to this, but we do have a trial date now, right?
That's right. He is scheduled to go to trial on a felony charge for next month. And Cleary maintains again that this is a tremendous waste of taxpayer time, courthouse time, resources, money, because he says in the end, the judge is clearly going to rule not guilty by reason of insanity. So next, coming up tomorrow night, I speak to the sheriff of Palm Beach County. He tells me that cases like this show why mentally ill offenders do still need to be prosecuted and why his jail has become the biggest mental health facility in our region. Terry Parker, WPBF 25 News.